Welcome to the Spend Wise Moms channel, your homemaking resource hub. I recently cleaned out my cupboards and thought I would make something with some of the cans, so I decided on making a taco soup. There is a lot of room for creativity when making this recipe, and you can use up things in the fridge that need to be used as well. I'm starting with a can of tomatoes. You can also use Rotel or use both. I'm adding some meat. I had some extra beef, so I'm using that, but you could use chicken or you could use pork as well. You could also skip the meat altogether and just make it vegetarian. I'm adding some Rotel because I like a little bit more kick in my taco soup. You can use either plain Rotel or plain tomatoes or a combination of both. There's a lot of room for flexibility in this recipe. Next, I'm adding some drained kidney beans. I've also used black beans or pinto beans if I have them in the cupboard. And I'm adding some drained hominy. Usually I'll use corn, but I found a can of hominy when I was cleaning out my cupboard, so I decided to use that. Since I love green chilies, I'm adding some drained diced green chilies to this. I really like the added flavor, and I found a piece of an onion in the fridge, so I thought I'd just add that to get rid of it. Last is the homemade taco seasoning. You can use the packaged stuff in the store, but it doesn't taste as good, plus you really don't know what's in it. When you use your own spices, you just put in what you want, and you know there aren't any preservatives or other things you can't pronounce added to it. There are a lot of recipes on the internet that you can try. This particular one is from a website called Chelsea's Messy Apron, and it's a little bit on the spicier side. I take a tablespoon of chili powder, and then I'm going to take a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of paprika, and then I'm going to do half of a teaspoon of salt, black pepper, oregano. We actually dried this from our garden. Next is onion powder, and then garlic powder. Mix these up and then add them to your soup. Next, take a spoon and mix all of the ingredients together. Since the soup is so thick, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water. So I'm adding a half a cup to start with. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of beef broth paste since I didn't have canned beef broth, just for flavor. You don't have to because the spices are great, but you can. And I found a little bit of tomato sauce in my freezer left over from a recipe, so I'm adding that just to use it up. Stirring well. Then I'm going to add just a little bit more water, about 1/4 of a cup, just because just a little bit too thick. Turn the stove onto a medium heat and cover it until it boils. Then turn it down to simmer and boil it for about 20 minutes covered. Put some in a bowl and sprinkle it with some cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you like if you want to. And that's all there is to it. Taco soup, just the way you like it. Thanks for watching the Spend Wise Moms channel. Please subscribe for more videos just like this.